Hey, what's up guys? Jeff Orig from Orig Media, and here's another tutorial. Today we're going to talk about connecting the DJI Phantom 2 with the Fat Shark First Person View teleporter and the DJI iOSD Mini that gives you some flight data. And we're going to do all this with no soldering. We're going to use a cable from firstpersonview.co.uk, and it has all the right connections already set up for you in the right order and a good length, so you don't have to do anything. I've already removed the screws from the Phantom 2, as well as the propellers and the battery. So you just remove the top here, and as you'll see, the GPS is still connected. So before you take that completely off, you just disconnect the GPS and you can set that aside. So now we're going to remove this connector that came supplied with the Phantom 2, and it's just, you know, hanging loose out of that leg there. And then we're going to replace it. But first you got to remove this zip tie. Just take a pair of scissors, take that off, and then you can pull that right through. And what you'll do is you can just pull this straight out of the board. And you can set that aside. Also on one of the legs there's this cable that's taped to the leg. What we're going to do is remove this cable, and we're going to make the installation sort of as clean as possible and keep everything on the inside. So you'll disconnect this cable and you do the same thing. You'll clip this zip tie, and then we're gonna pull this through and just set it aside for now. But that'll all go inside. Now we're going to take off this connector with those 4 screws. I'll do that real quick. Once it's off, you just reconnect it back together, and it should just snap back into place. Now you can connect that portion to the iOSD, and then this will get you connected, the iOSD, to the Phantom itself. Goes in only one way and gets hooked up, and we're just going to set this aside for now. Now we take the cable from firstpersonview.co.uk, and we want to thread it through the legs here. That way we only keep what we need outside. So that one I kind of just pinched a little bit and threaded right through. Now that middle portion, I got to use the needle nose pliers just to kind of help it along. Now once it's in, you can plug in this section to the board and just make sure that the yellow cable is pointing inside towards the center of the Phantom. And then you can plug in that middle portion direct to the iOSD and make sure that's firmly seated in there, and that the ground wire, the black wire, is on top. You can see DJI has listed it out there for you. Now I got the Fat Shark Teleporter 3, and it comes with this battery adapter, which we won't need. So all you do is just plug in your battery connection and the video transmission connection. And then I'm just going to set this aside. I did upgrade the antenna, so these are some higher quality antenna so that you can get some longer range viewing. Now you want to make sure not to turn it on without the antenna. It will burn the transmission card, the transmitter card, if there's no antenna attached. And let's just kind of dry fitting, show you where it is. And this is the Fat Shark teleporter 3, you can put the battery in the headset and then plug it in, and then I'm going to bend that antenna for use. Now everything's all plugged in together. So what you can do is take the USB cable, plug it into the iOSD Mini, and then you can plug in your battery, and then you can turn it on. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that the iOSD is updated with firmware properly, with the latest firmware, and then you want to test your connection and see through the first person view glasses if it's all connected up properly. Once that's done, you can put some double stick tape on the transmitter and on this connection, as well as the iOSD portion itself. And I'm going to be double stick taping the iOSD to the front and that section right to the board. Plus I've put in a zip tie there just to clean up the cables, and you can see where I double stick taped those. And then over here, here's the final. And then again, I'm going to bend that antenna down, but I just wanted to kind of just get it all fitted together. And that's pretty much it. Then you just put the GPS cable back on and the top, snap it all back into place, screw it together, and put the props on. And then you can start to see exactly what you're shooting and get some real-time flight data from the iOSD Mini. Check us out at www.origmedia.com and on Twitter at origmedia, and definitely check out some of our other tutorials. Until next time, aloha!